Sure, you've heard of the Statue of Liberty, Route 66, and maybe even the Grand Canyon. But did you know there's a town in Pennsylvania that's been on fire for over 60 years? Or that the US has more plastic flamingos than real ones? Welcome back to the Mind Metrics, where we break down fascinating facts from around the globe. Today we're diving into 30 awesome USA facts that will surprise you. Some will make you laugh, some will leave you shocked, and a few might even blow your mind. Stick around to see which one tops the list. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. Fact 1. The USA is the third largest country in the world. The United States stretches across 3.8 million square miles, making it only smaller than Russia and Canada. But what's mind-blowing isn't just its size. It's the incredible variety of landscapes within one country. Think about it. The US has tropical beaches in Hawaii and Florida, snow-capped mountains in Colorado and Alaska, dry deserts in Arizona and Nevada, and lush forests in Oregon and Washington. You can literally find nearly every climate on Earth without leaving the country. On top of that, it has over 330 million residents, placing it third in population behind China and India. That means roughly 1 in every 25 people on Earth is an American. Fact 2, the US flag has changed 27 times. The American flag is one of the most recognized symbols in the world, but few know that its design has been officially altered 27 times. Each change reflected the admission of a new state. The current version, with 50 stars, was introduced in 1960 after Hawaii joined the Union. But here's the twist. This famous design was actually created by a 17-year-old high school student named Robert G. Heft. He made it as a class project, and his teacher only gave him a B-. When his design was chosen by the federal government as the official flag, his grade was later changed to an A. Today, his version has flown longer than any other in US history. Fact 3. Alaska is bigger than you think. When most people picture the US, they think of the lower 48 states. But Alaska, way up north, is a true giant. It covers over 663,000 square miles, meaning it's larger than Texas, California, and Montana combined. If Alaska were a country, it would be the 18th largest in the world, bigger than countries like Iran, Turkey, or France. But despite all that land, the state has fewer than 750,000 residents. That's less than the population of San Francisco. What's more, Alaska is home to 17 of the 20 tallest mountains in the US, as well as over 100,000 glaciers. In short, it's massive, wild, and sparsely populated. Fact 4. The US has the world's largest economy. The United States accounts for nearly a quarter of the entire world's economy. Its GDP sits at over $25 trillion. To put that into perspective, the US economy alone is larger than the combined economies of Japan, Germany, and the United Kingdom. The American economic machine is powered by technology giants like Apple, Microsoft, and Google, financial hubs like Wall Street, and entertainment empires like Hollywood. Agriculture also plays a huge role. The US is one of the top exporters of wheat, soybeans, and corn. This combination of industries has made America a global economic powerhouse for over a century. Fact 5. Americans love fast food. If you've ever been to the US, you know fast food isn't just food. It's a cultural phenomenon. Over 40% of Americans eat fast food every week, and chains like McDonald's, Taco Bell, Burger King, and Wendy's are everywhere. McDonald's alone serves about 25 million customers every single day, which is more than the entire population of Australia. Interestingly, fast food originally grew popular during the post-World War II era, when highways and car culture exploded, making drive-through restaurants a quick and convenient option. Today, the US is also where pizza delivery, the drive-through window, and the concept of supersizing meals were invented. Fact 6. The Statue of Liberty wasn't originally for America. The Statue of Liberty, perhaps the most famous symbol of freedom, almost ended up somewhere else entirely. Designed by French sculptor Frédéric Auguste Bartholdi, the statue was originally planned for Egypt as a lighthouse for the Suez Canal. But when that deal fell through, the French decided instead to gift it to the United States in 1886 to celebrate democracy and the friendship between the two nations. The statue was shipped to New York in 350 pieces, packed in 214 crates, then reassembled on Liberty Island. Today, over 4 million people visit it every year, but imagine if it had been standing in Egypt instead. Fact 7. The longest cave system is in Kentucky. Kentucky's Mammoth Cave National Park is home to the longest cave system on Earth, with more than 400 miles of mapped passageways. Scientists believe there could be even more that remain undiscovered. What makes Mammoth Cave truly special are its rare ecosystems. It's home to creatures like eyeless cavefish and blind crayfish, species that have adapted to living in total darkness. Tourists can walk through vast underground chambers, some big enough to fit skyscrapers. It's a world beneath the world. Fact 8. Strange ice cream laws exist. Believe it or not, in parts of Kentucky and Georgia, it's technically illegal to carry an ice cream cone in your back pocket. This bizarre law goes back to the 19th century, when horse thieves used the trick to lure horses away. By placing a cone in their pocket, horses would follow the sweet smell. Since the thief wasn't technically leading the horse, they could claim they hadn't stolen it. Authorities eventually outlawed the tactic with this oddly specific law. Today, it's one of those quirky remnants of history that nobody enforces, but it's still technically on the books. Fact 9. The U.S. is the world's top corn producer. Corn might not sound exciting, but it's the backbone of American agriculture. The U.S. grows about 40% of the world's corn, producing more than 14 billion bushels a year. Corn isn't just for eating. It's used for livestock feed, cooking oil, corn syrup, ethanol fuel, and even products like toothpaste and fireworks. In fact, if you live in the U.S., you've probably eaten or used something made from corn every single day without realizing it. The Corn Belt, states like Iowa, Illinois, and Nebraska, is one of the most productive agricultural regions on the planet. Fact 10. Route 66 is legendary. Known as the Mother Road, Route 66 is perhaps the most famous highway in the U.S. Stretching over 2,400 miles from Chicago to Los Angeles, it became the main path for families migrating west during the Great Depression and Dust Bowl of the 1930s. Along the way, countless roadside diners, motels, and attractions popped up, many of which have become icons of Americana. Route 66 has been immortalized in songs, movies, and TV shows, symbolizing freedom, travel, and the open road. While much of it has been replaced by modern interstates, tourists still travel its historic stretches today for a taste of nostalgia. Fact 11. Only the U.S. has walked on the moon. Between 1969 and 1972, NASA's Apollo missions sent 12 astronauts to walk on the lunar surface. The first, of course, was Neil Armstrong on July 20th, 1969, with his iconic words, "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind." The moon landings were not just technological marvels. They symbolized American leadership during the Cold War space race with the Soviet Union. More than 500 million people worldwide watched the first landing live on television. To this day, no other country has put humans on the moon, making the U.S. achievement one of the most exclusive feats in human history. Fact 12. California's economy rivals entire countries. California isn't just a U.S. state. Economically, it's a global powerhouse. If California were an independent country, it would have the 5th largest economy in the world, ahead of the United Kingdom and India. The state's wealth comes from diverse industries. Silicon Valley's tech giants like Apple and Google, Hollywood's entertainment empire, fertile farmland producing fruits, nuts, and wine, and bustling ports that connect the U.S. to global trade. With nearly 40 million residents, it's not only the most populous state, but also one of the most culturally and economically influential places on Earth. Fact 13. The U.S. has more tornadoes than any other country. Every year, the U.S. experiences more than 1,000 tornadoes, far more than any other nation. This is due to a unique geography. The flat plains of the Midwest create the perfect conditions for warm, moist air from the Gulf of Mexico to collide with cold, dry air from Canada. This region, known as Tornado Alley, covers parts of Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, and Nebraska. Tornadoes can be devastating, with winds exceeding 200 miles per hour, capable of leveling entire neighborhoods. While destructive, they are also a defining feature of America's natural landscape. Fact 14. Montana has more cows than people. Montana is the 4th largest state in the U.S. by land area, but has a population of just over 1 million people. Compare that with the number of cattle. over 2.5 million. And you'll see why Montana is more about ranches and open range than big cities. This rural lifestyle is part of the state's charm: sweeping prairies, the Rocky Mountains, and iconic cowboy culture. In fact, cattle ranching remains one of the biggest industries, and beef from Montana is prized across the country. Fact 15, the Great Lakes hold an incredible amount of water. The 5 Great Lakes, Superior, Michigan, Huron, Erie, and Ontario, form the largest group of freshwater lakes on Earth. Together, they contain about 20% of the world's surface freshwater. Lake Superior alone is so vast that it could hold the combined water of all the other Great Lakes, plus 3 more the size of Lake Erie. These lakes are crucial for drinking water, shipping, fishing, and recreation. The Great Lakes region is often called America's third coast because of its massive shorelines, which rival those of the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. Fact 16, the American bison is the national mammal. The bison, sometimes mistakenly called buffalo, once roamed North America in the tens of millions. By the late 1800s, overhunting reduced their numbers to just a few hundred, nearly driving them to extinction. Thanks to conservation efforts, including protected areas like Yellowstone National Park, the bison population has rebounded to around 500,000 today. In 2016, the American bison was officially named the national mammal of the United States. Its resilience mirrors the country's own history of struggle, survival, and growth. Fact 17, a coal fire in Pennsylvania has burned since 1962. The town of Centralia, Pennsylvania is famous for an underground coal fire that has been burning continuously since 1962. The fire started when trash was set ablaze in a landfill above an old coal mine, and it quickly spread into the tunnels below. Despite efforts to extinguish it, the fire still burns today and is expected to continue for centuries. Toxic gases and dangerous sinkholes forced nearly all residents to relocate, turning Centralia into a near ghost town. It even inspired the eerie setting for the horror video game and movie franchise Silent Hill. Fact 18, the U.S. has the most billionaires. With over 700 billionaires, the United States has more than any other country in the world. Their combined wealth reaches into the trillion. Famous names like Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, and Warren Buffett all hail from the U.S., and their companies, Amazon, Tesla, Microsoft, and Berkshire Hathaway, shape global markets. This concentration of wealth reflects America's role as a center for innovation, technology, and finance, though it also sparks debates about income inequality and economic balance. Fact 19, the Golden Gate Bridge isn't golden. San Francisco's Golden Gate Bridge is one of the most iconic landmarks in the world, but its name is misleading. The bridge is painted international orange, chosen for its visibility in the city's heavy fog. The name actually comes from the Golden Gate Strait, the entrance to San Francisco Bay. Completed in 1937, the bridge was an engineering marvel of its time, spanning over 4,200 feet between towers. For decades, it was the longest suspension bridge in the world and remains one of the most photographed structures ever built. Fact 20, the Ferris wheel debuted in Chicago. The very first Ferris wheel was built for the 1893 World's Fair in Chicago. Designed by George Washington Gale Ferris Jr., it stood an astonishing 264 feet tall and was meant to rival the Eiffel Tower, which had been built just 4 years earlier. The wheel carried over 1.4 million people during the fair and symbolized American ingenuity and ambition. Today, Ferris wheels are a staple at amusement parks and fairs worldwide, all tracing back to that first Chicago masterpiece. Fact 21, Hawaii grows coffee commercially. Hawaii is the only U.S. state with the right tropical climate to grow coffee on a large scale. The most famous variety is Kona coffee, grown on the slopes of the Mauna Loa volcano. The rich volcanic soil and unique weather patterns make it one of the most prized and expensive coffees in the world. Coffee production in Hawaii dates back to the early 1800s, and today, it remains a key part of the island's economy and culture. Fact 22, America spends the most on its military. The United States spends more on its military than the next 10 countries combined. with a defense budget of over $800 billion annually. This funding supports the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine Corps, and Space Force, as well as bases and operations worldwide. The U.S. has over 750 military bases in more than 70 countries, giving it an unparalleled global presence. While controversial, this spending reflects America's role as a superpower and its commitment to maintaining security and influence around the globe. Fact 23, the Grand Canyon creates its own weather. The Grand Canyon is so massive, 277 miles long, up to 18 miles wide, and over a mile deep, that it literally affects the weather. The difference in elevation between the rim and the canyon floor causes varying temperatures, winds, and precipitation patterns. Visitors often experience snow at the top, while the bottom bakes in desert heat. This unique environment supports a wide range of wildlife and plant life, making the Grand Canyon not just a natural wonder, but a living ecosystem. Fact 24, New York City's subway system is the biggest. With 472 stations and over 660 miles of track, New York's subway system is the largest in the world by number of stations. It opened in 1904 and now carries over 5 million riders on an average weekday. The system is a city within a city, with performers, vendors, and even art installations in its tunnels. While it's notorious for delays and occasional grime, the subway remains one of the most efficient ways to move millions of people through America's biggest city every day. Fact 25, the White House has secret amenities. Most people know the White House is the president's residence and workplace, but few know about its hidden luxuries. It has a bowling alley, a movie theater, a heated swimming pool, a tennis court, and even a chocolate shop where White House chefs make custom treats. These amenities have evolved over time, with presidents adding their own touches. For example, Richard Nixon loved bowling so much, he had a private lane installed. Beyond politics, it's also a surprisingly cozy home. Fact 26, the U.S. invented the internet. The internet as we know it today started as a U.S. military project in the 1960s called ARPANET. Funded by the Department of Defense, it was designed to allow computers to communicate in case of a nuclear attack. The system expanded to universities and research centers, eventually evolving into the internet in the 1980s and 1990s. Innovations like email, the World Wide Web, and search engines all grew from this foundation. Today, nearly 5 billion people worldwide use something that began as a U.S. experiment. Fact 27. The U.S. has no official national language. While English is the most widely spoken language in the U.S. and Spanish is the second most common, the country has no federally declared official language. This reflects America's identity as a nation of immigrants, where hundreds of languages are spoken across communities. In fact, some states like Hawaii recognize other languages locally. Hawaiian is an official state language, while Alaska recognizes 20 native languages alongside English. Fact 28, Americans eat billions of pizzas each year. Pizza may have Italian origins, but it's become one of America's favorite foods. Each year, Americans eat over 3 billion pizzas, which equals about 100 acres of pizza every single day. Popular variations like Chicago deep dish and New York thin crust are uniquely American twists. Pizza delivery also became a huge industry in the U.S., with companies like Domino's and Pizza Hut pioneering fast, hot food at your door. It's safe to say pizza has become as American as apple pie. Fact 29. The U.S. has more plastic flamingos than real ones. The pink lawn flamingo, created in 1957 by artist Don Featherstone, quickly became a kitschy symbol of American suburbia. At one point, millions of plastic flamingos dotted lawns across the country, far outnumbering the actual flamingo population. The quirky decoration even inspired community events and became a pop culture icon. In fact, in 2009, Madison, Wisconsin, declared the plastic flamingo its official city bird. Fact 30. The U.S. is a hub of innovation. From the light bulb to the airplane, from the assembly line to the smartphone, many of the world's most important inventions came out of the United States. American culture encourages creativity and risk-taking, which has led to breakthroughs in technology, medicine, entertainment, and transportation. Whether it's the Wright brothers' first flight in 1903 or Silicon Valley's dominance in modern tech, The US has shaped the way people live, work, and connect across the globe. And that's a wrap on 30 awesome USA facts that will surprise you. From record-breaking landmarks to quirky laws and mind-blowing inventions, the United States is full of fascinating stories. Now it's your turn. Which fact shocked you the most? Drop your answer in the comments below. I'd love to hear it. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the Mind Metrics, and tap the notification bell so you never miss our next deep dive into incredible facts from around the world. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video, and like always, stay curious.